This is the Negro Ninja. And today I want to talk about suggestions yet again, okay? And suggestions. What are suggestions? Let's look at the definition of that word. Okay, so suggest, put forward for consideration, cause one to think that something exists or is the case, state or express indirectly. Okay, suggestion. Okay, the action of suggesting something, something that implies or indicates a certain fact or solution. Okay, that's what they say it means. Okay, but why do people actually do suggestions? Okay, why do they give you suggestions? Okay, because they figure, for one reason, people figure if things are not going well or they think it's not going well, like if you don't have results from what you're doing, despite how great you are, you know, they always got something to say. So, well, like for instance, like it could be your resume, for example. There are people with worse resumes that get jobs easier. But if you hire somebody to fix your resume, they're gonna fix it endlessly until you get a job. And that's, over criticism for no reason. Okay, you can be great at something, but if it's not selling, how about we change it? And they're gonna keep changing it a million times when that formula that you had was the formula that you needed. Okay, so they just fit, it's in many ways it's an act of arrogance. Okay, lack of respect. Okay, when people suggest stuff to you, nobody asks you for anything. Okay, nobody did this. Okay, because when you tell people something that they actually need to hear, they'll, it's like giving your pearls to swines. Okay, you probably should not tie that to this. Don't tie the red wire to the blue one. Okay, that's gonna blow up. What do you know? Are you a mechanic? Boom. Okay, what do you know? But what do they know? They feel more comfortable. They don't know what they are talking about, but they just very dogmatic in how they, come at you. Okay, and to be honest with you, that's ultimately what this all is. People that just give you suggestions. It's just they're just dogmatic. Okay, like for instance, if you're just talking about a chick that does something stupid, your average person cannot see the chick dumb. They see you as dumb. This would have happened if no, this would have happened if I was dealing with a chick that wasn't retarded. That's what they don't want to tell you. Okay. And like I say, these people, how often has people actually told you something that you actually needed to hear? I bet you can count it on your fingers. Okay. Now, close relatives don't count. Okay. Your mama probably say a lot of wise stuff, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your daddy, your uncle, maybe even your siblings. They don't count. Okay. And to be honest with you, they can tell you stuff because they actually know you. Okay. And they actually has they should have your best interests. But you cannot just listen to people that just talk to you just because they're talking. Because once again, who are you to them? That's what they'll think if you was telling them something. Okay, they'll be quicker to listen to someone with a degree. Okay, but you ain't nothing to them. Okay, but they can say whatever they want to say to you. Okay, and like I say, another reason why people like to do this type of stuff is because they become familiar with you. Familiar. Now, just because somebody is familiar, let's look up that definition. All right. Just because they are familiar does not mean that they actually know you. Okay. So the definition of familiar is well known from long cause or close association. Here's the second definition and close friendship, intimate. Okay. A close friend or associate. Okay. Now look at how they use the word associate. Okay. And I also want to use, this noun they got right here. A demon supposedly attending and obeying a witch, often said to assume the form of an animal. Okay. So that's not even a good word necessarily. Okay. Associate. You just see people. a couple of times and they think they know you. That's all that is. There's not definition two, close in friendship, intimate. That's not what it is. People are just predators and they feel that they are familiar with something. Okay, because like narcissists are, they known for studying stuff, just looking, and they think they know what they do not know. Okay, so they feel comfortable telling you things. Okay, and once again, it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be things that you need to hear. Okay, suggestions are, the equivalent of planting a seed. Okay, that's the same concept, except the seed they have is an exploding seed, which makes it a mime. Okay, which makes it a mine. All right. Like I say, when people see you and they figure, who is this guy here? And I know people that I respect more than this person. Now, their perception means nothing. It's just like what Rick said on that one episode of Rick and Morty, on that heist episode. Okay, he said, "Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what made you cheer." Okay, so who cares about people's opinion of you? Because those that respect you, I promise you, you will hear less suggestions from them. Okay, I promise you that one. All right. And once again, suggestions are going to be things that they themselves will not do. And once again, it's just them talking down to you in a little slick way. Okay, just talking down to you. How you could have got that hole if you did this, Negro Ninja. That's not something he would do to get a hole. Okay. Secondly, he don't even have sad problems because he's a piece of crap. So why should you tell me something well you can't even relate to me as a Negro? Okay. It doesn't matter how long you have been seeing me. Okay. So you just think about that type of stuff. Like somebody was, and like I say, this is why I don't really F with nobody on YouTube like that. Somebody be like, hey man, do an interview with me. Let's do a stream or something. Okay. But what people fail to understand is the people that they do streams with, okay, they get familiar with you too. Okay. And they low key just trying to bring you somewhere and they trying to get you familiar with their buddies. Okay. Trying to attach people that don't need no association with you. Okay. Familiar. They're just like the demon supposedly attending and obeying a witch, assuming the form of an animal. Except these are just demons assuming the form of human beings that you're just talking to. And y'all think y'all talking on common ground. Okay. Just like there have been plenty of people that I have met through people that I've, thought I was cool with. Okay. But the reality is that person that you think you cool with is only there to bring this person, that person, just the people that you don't like. You don't even like that person. Okay. Like I say, growing up in a hood, I'm used to being around things I don't like. Okay. And that right there has stopped. And like I say, people tolerate more than they think. It's certain yokes that people are under, but you just don't know it's a yoke. You just got to stop and think about it. Okay, nobody gives a crap about a lot of people. Like I say, you being in the hood and stuff, you don't like nobody anyway. Okay, versus people that has, you know, a nicer life or something. You notice that they not gonna be putting up with none of that BS. I don't go through that type of stuff. Okay, and that's because they was not raised to go through that type of stuff. It's like I heard somebody talk about narcissists in a video. He said, people usually have boundary issues, which is why narcissists feel comfortable around them too. Like narcissists love empathetic people, but the boundary issues stem from somebody's mama telling them to do what they don't want to do. Like, I don't want to kiss Auntie. You go over there and do it anyway. I'm just like, you know what? This Negro here just hit the nail on the head. This is some real talk right here. And in many ways, that's how men is raised, in a lot of cases with these narcissistic hoes. Okay, but that's just a little something to think about. Okay, back to the suggestions. Okay, people always got something to say. Okay, once again, until you achieve said goal, people always tell you how you should achieve it. They have no expertise, not in the field, but they always got something to say. Okay. You think you can get rich like this? This is why you do not discuss plans with people ever in life. I don't give a F. You even got to be careful around business associates. Some stuff you just probably shouldn't talk about. Okay. Even if y'all are on the same team. Okay. Because remember, people sabotage greatness. And I'm going to do a video about a recent example. Okay. People, like I say, the enemy recognize you before you recognize yourself. Okay. Nobody knows how Bill Gates got rich. Okay. Nobody knows how Warren Buffett got rich. Despite all the books, they read and all this stuff, they still don't know. They don't know what the heck these Negroes did. Okay. But they can tell you why they're so great. Okay. Well, he's great because he's Warren Buffett. He's great because he's Bill Gates. But you could be doing this, you could be doing that. Nothing is real coming from people or to people. Okay. And when people give me suggestions, like I say, when you make YouTube videos, and going back to the familiar thing, they see a couple of videos and they familiar with you and they feel comfortable just saying what they want to say to you. Okay, like when I was associated with Manosphere, everybody always telling me to go overseas. Negro, why you ain't overseas? None of these niggas is overseas. And they probably have been over there. Then why haven't you stayed overseas if that's the case? Okay. And it just goes to show you how people really have a low IQ that tells you stuff. Like a lot of people are very, that right there just shows you how easily brainwashed a lot of people is. They ain't used to something. And like I say, I didn't have to go overseas to see that foreign women is full of crap. A lot of women I have dealt with was like foreign. They got more games than the American chicks. And these same people that tell you to go overseas, where their culture is different, and they allow that to finesse them. Okay, when you talk about how full of crap this African is that you don't like, I'm like, he's such a prick. Why is he such an a-hole? I don't like the way this African is talking to me. Well, that's his culture. Well, his culture about to get his A kicked. Okay, but it's okay to be stupid because your culture's stupid. So, using that logic, why would you want to deal with a woman like that? That don't make sense. And she might not necessarily be mean. She's probably just sketchy, but that's her culture. Okay, and this right here just shows you, okay, why did they even get to this point? Because of American women. Lots of stuff, and like the American women low key suggested that to them anyway by being such a nuisance. Okay, people deliver people into the hands of the serpent. Like hoes delivered a lot of men into the hands of the serpent. A lot of dudes is in the Skittles kingdom due to that. Okay, so it goes from that type of stuff. Then it goes to YouTube videos. They just listen to everybody talk about hoes. And they get familiar with them and decide to listen to them and not really question things they should question. Then it goes from MGTOW to talking about hookers, okay, which is okay. Then it goes to talking about sex doll, which is iffy, okay. Then it goes from sex dolls. Now they talking about trannies, okay. That I'm telling you, people ain't thinking. And remember, all this came from one suggestion to the other. The suggestions got dumber and dumber. Hookers. Then they went to I forgot what's the order. I know it was hookers, sex dolls, and now they're talking about trainees and stuff. Okay, you see how dumb that goes. Okay, nobody should be suggesting you anything. Okay, people can say their own opinions, but they should not be imposing it on you. Have you ever considered this? Have you ever considered shutting the F up? Okay. And once again, back to what I was saying about the overseas. Why are they always trying to tell me to go overseas? Okay. Or trying to tell me to get out of Georgia, which, I do want to get out of Georgia though, but who are them to tell me this? This has to be a decision that I make myself. I didn't ask you. Because you most definitely ain't donating enough for that to happen, right? What are donations at? And that's what I be telling people. Everybody that tells me that on here, I'm like, first of all, less suggestions, more donation. Okay, less suggestions, more donations. And also, do not be telling me who I should be watching, because I already just explained that with what I just said about hoes delivering men into the Skittles kingdom. Okay, it's the same stuff. I get on here to teach. I don't get on here for you to teach me. If that was the case, I would just watch the videos I want to watch. I didn't come up here to say, "Oh, let me make this video so you can tell me who I should be watching." And that's what y'all need to understand. Leave this video knowing that I don't care what you suggest. Okay, hit up my PayPal. That's it. Okay, and I can say that because I have given a lot to this community, this red pill community, or whatever the heck you want to call it, truth community. Okay, so yeah, and I still make videos regardless of y'all's lack of support. Okay, so anyway, and another dude was basically telling me some stupid stuff like that too. He said, "Hey man, have you ever considered going overseas?" And like I said, just because somebody talking to you does not mean that they have good intentions. Okay, saw a couple of videos because he only commented twice, I think. And your second comment is you suggesting stuff. Who the F do you think you are? Okay. And that's what people fail to understand. You don't tell a man anything. Okay. Tell your hoes. You don't even feel that comfortable talking to your hoes, telling your hoes what they should be doing, if you have any. Okay. So, and there's a reason behind that. And that's another red flag because the righteous, and the righteous is powerful. People always want to try to control power, which is another reason why they always got something to say. And then, like I said, once again, people that are in, that's powerful, a lot of them are not in the place that they're supposed to be. Okay, but due to sabotage. Okay, and they figure until they get on top, let me just say what I want to say. Because you will not tell a king, you will be suggesting half of the dumb stuff that y'all suggest to a king because you know what could happen. And that means that a head is going to be removed from body. Okay, so dude was like, "Have you suggest maybe traveling, like going overseas or something?" And I said, "Why is that the only thing you people can think of?" Somebody in a YouTube video said that these people are basically running from American women. I'm like, they are. Okay, but back to this, you know, suggestion. Okay, I said, why is that the only thing y'all can think of? What is going to a godless country going to solve? What problems is that going to solve? Okay. And on top of that, once again, these are people that steal in the United States, telling me to do stuff that they haven't even done themselves. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, a lie doesn't care who tell it. And the suggestion really is just a lie that they're trying to get you to have a covenant with. Would you like to agree with this lie, sir? I just want you to accept the lie so you can agree with it. Okay. I remember one of these fools told me, yeah, man, you need to get out of ATL, them Rainbow Zombies, honestly, I can't deal with it. If I was you, okay, peep this. Okay. He said, well, he probably didn't even necessarily say it like that, but he was like, yeah, I would get a business loan, and move out of the state. Okay, so I'm finna just pause this in like for 5 seconds in real time. Okay, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, how stupid does that sound to you? Is your money that good to where you can just pay that loan back? Do you have a business that you're going to start in another state or whatever? Because what sense does that make to get a business loan just to pay for a house or an apartment? How are you gonna pay that back? Like I said, is your money that good? Okay, do you have issues getting money? Because if you're somebody that be struggling getting a job, that's not a good idea. And people tell you these things to trip you up because people think that you're just as stupid as they are. Okay, when they try to trip you up, no, they know you're not stupid. It's like they want you to be stupid or something. Okay, so at the end of the day, Nobody should be telling you anything. They got no reason to tell you anything. They don't have no authority to tell you anything. They don't even know what the heck they doing. You don't even know what your hose is doing if you have one. And for the hoes that you do have, that you just probably playing with, you don't know what they doing either. Okay? You don't even know what the hoe that you like is doing. Okay, therefore you have nothing to say. Okay, I don't take suggestions lightly. Like, it's pretty I don't think anybody should, in my opinion. Okay, nobody should just be rolling up on you telling you nothing. They should be minding their own business. Because here's another key element. Narcissism is the norm. People don't care about each other no more. Therefore, why should you be telling me anything? You see what I mean? And make sure the kids know this, okay? The kids need to know this. Like I said, lots of kids become rainbow zombies most likely due not only to molestation and programming through the little stupid stuff they probably watch or play, but somebody probably just rolled up on them telling them some stupid stuff like that. And like I say, as a parent, I'm not a parent myself, but I just know because when I was a kid, like the first day of school, they tried to brainwash me into thinking I didn't have talent. My mom was like, "What y'all do today at school?" "Oh, I drew." "Let me see the picture." "Oh, it ain't good." "Let me see the picture." "This is good." And she basically was like, basically what they say to you. You got to ask the kids, what do people say to you? What are they talking to you about at school today, and etc. Okay, so they can derail this foolishness that people try to implant on the kids. Okay, so suggestions are evil, though, I promise you. Okay, because once again, when people tell you, when people have information that you actually want to hear, what happens? Yeah, come to my class. They always try to charge you for it. Buy my book. They try to charge you for it. That's not to say that everybody does this. Okay, but you got to realize that not everybody is saying anything worth. I mean, not everybody is saying stuff you want to hear. And then even if you do buy their book or take their class, it's probably something that you be like, why did I just pay for this? It don't be nothing. Just a little tiny little speck of information that's not even helping you. Okay, that you probably know already. Okay, so if anybody feels like like they just feel like they can ask you stuff or tell you stuff, that's a sign that that's the enemy. Okay, and like I say, especially dudes, like what man thinks about what another man should be doing like that? That means that another man is on your mind too much. Once again, nobody wants to listen to what you got to say. And usually, if they do listen, it's just for them to try to repeat what you said like they knew it already. But for the most part, they don't want to hear nothing because a lot of people are too evil to really want to take heed to things that are helpful. Okay, because your beliefs are your spiritual intellect, so they will really not listen because they don't want their stupid belief system changed. Okay, which is the opposite. You don't got to listen to them because your belt is the truth. The base is the truth, and you're not finna let no stupidity change it. Okay, and like I say, people will get mad and call you dismissive when you don't want to listen to nothing they have to say because oftentimes when you decide not to listen, you will correct them. You being dismissive. All right. And since this video getting long, that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.